Good afternoon, everyone. This is Deepest Lunch. We'll come again with our issues that everyone knows that we've been solving, and how to get to people, how to reach out to people. Issues concerning families, issues concerning mostly with men. I'm sitting here. I'm Ordinary Dimpa community, as everyone knows me as Dimpa. Today we have a very huge topic that we're going to talk about, and it's called Men in the Mirror. Basically, we've got issues with men that don't want to come out or have face issues, have had a lot of things going on in their lives. Mostly we got women talking about their issues, men don't come out and talk. So Deepest Lunch has opened this platform for everyone, especially dealing with issues concerning divorce, separation, emotional, depression. Most of them is a suicidal, and people don't even talk about it. Today I have with me my brother here, Isaac, as everyone knows him as Kwame Lover. And you can call him Kwame or you can call him Isaac, but his popular name is called Kwame. Kwame, welcome to the Best Lunch.
Thank you for having me on your program today.
Thank you, Kwame. If anyone watching us now, right, we would like for you to share this program to everyone. To share it to your friends, share it to families, share it to your loved ones. You can even if you're at work, just go there, share it to somebody else. You can watch it later on. We have got some important questions to ask our brother here. As you watched the last time, I was interviewed and I had to say why the Pest Lounge was invented, and I want everyone to come out. Our helpline is also on, and you can also call our helpline. You can also reach me by email by thepestlounge@gmail.com, and then we'll talk about these issues. But we'll kick off with Isaac. Basically, I want to know if you are you married or divorced?
I am actually divorced at this moment.
Divorced. Okay.
Right.
So would you divorce? When was this?
This happened 2010 going into 2011. That's when the divorce happened.
Oh, that's good. And you say 2010?
Into the 11.
Into the 11.
So obviously
okay.
Everything just kicked off from end of 2010 into the 11. Then everything just broke apart.
And how long were you married for?
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
How many kids?
2 kids.
Boy, girl?
2 girls.
Wow. How old, if you don't mind me asking?
Right at this moment, they are now 12 and 10.
12 and 10.
So at that time, they were very young when that actually
so they're close to becoming your friends now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, going back to your marriage status, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What triggered your divorce?
The trigger of the divorce was like in every marriage or in every relationship, there's always up and downs in it, but it's how you deal with it. Well, my trigger was the fact that it was a secret which many knew about, including myself and most of her friends, my friends too knew about it. And obviously during the traditional, this is when the secret came on board, which was told to my uncle by her uncle.
Wow.
Yeah. So therefore I also knew, and then as the relation went on, people then also told me exactly the same thing. We had actually a fiery argument. And you know what fiery arguments come, especially when there's issues. She was giving it to me, I was giving it to her. And obviously she was giving it to a member of my family, I was giving it to a member of her family. And then that secret obviously, out of anger, came out of my mouth. And that was the foundation of the breakup.
Well, so on the day that you got married, or was it throughout? I mean,
On the day that I got married, this is when their secret actually came out.
Wow. Was there any secret that you could share to our friends or anybody?
It was to do with a member of her family, which is not the actual member, which I'm not going to disclose that particular part, which actually I said it that I was not meant to have said, which obviously triggered the anger from the mother side of things that led to the breakup. It feud from time on. Obviously, anything else come up, that also obviously comes in it.
Okay, I know we will go back to that question again, but tell me, what part did you play before the divorce?
That's the part.
No, the part that you didn't keep your mouth shut? Or
yeah, the part that I didn't keep my mouth shut. Or the part that I could actually sat her down and say, you know what, this is what I've heard, whether it's the truth or not. Let's carry on with it.
Yeah.
Or if this came in an anger, it came in a topic where she was angry, I was angry, so obviously we felt like throwing punches at each other, and this is what actually...
So, okay, tell me, I want to get things clear here. Was this on the same day of marriage? Or...
The same day of marriage when I knew the secret,
yeah.
But obviously that never ever got mentioned until an argument arose between me and her.
And the argument happened on the same day?
No.
Oh.
The relationship had gone on. We had our 2 kids and whatnot.
Okay, okay, I understand now. So, tell me something good about your relationship before the divorce. I want to know about the good, just the good part.
It was wonderful because I was in a studio flat. Obviously, we're there prior to conception. We got a place which I thought I decorated to a taste of having a family. So I spent almost all my money to put it into a place where I feel habitable, as well as my kids and her. So that was the good part of moving into a new home, starting a new family, like with the kids. And also, I was I'm a bit older than her still, but the good part was like, we were so free. If you want to go out, just I'll look after the kids, you go. I'm not a man that still wants to keep a woman on. Everything was fine until all these things started.
The secrets start coming out. Oh, okay. So, tell me the bad bit on your side.
On my side, the bad bit was...
Because it will be, it's always both ways.
Yeah. The bad side of the relationship was, I think, really was not having enough time. Because because I was the breadwinner in the house, where I had to, because I've spent a lot of money decorating the house and whatnot, I'm paying the rent for my place as well as, or helping her to pay the rent in their place. So, obviously the burden was too much for me, so I had to just button up and just go outside there to make money. So obviously from work to work, I was in a pharmacy. As soon as I finished pharmacy, I was going to do another part-time job. So the time wasn't enough
for you.
Well spent with her as well as the family. So I think that also played a part.
Did she understand?
Talk about understanding. It's a borderline, because the person can see you're trying to help make the family stand, but at times it's our own selfishness this is where we don't understand each other. Because I might be going out there to earn the money to come in. She might be thinking, hey, you're not spending enough time. But they're not thinking that after all that money that I've spent, I need to put money back into the family so that we're able to have food to eat, pay the rent and whatnot. So at times selfishness play a part in lack of understanding.
Oh, that's good. So, tell me, did this, all these things going on, then you have the kids, or...
we had the kids when all these things were going on.
How long were you married for again, if you don't
6
mind?
years.
6 years. And then within the 6 years, you have the kids within that 6 years.
Yeah.
And then the eldest one was how old?
Well, prior to separation or...
Prior to separation or
divorce. The other one was... Between my kids is what? 2 years apart.
2 years apart.
So the older one was just over 2 years, And the younger one was, I think, months old when the breakup happened.
Did you both got counseling, or you just decide?
Counseling was at the beginning of the marriage.
No, when you go on an issue.
When we got issues, we were just family involvement. We sit down, we talk, and we feel it's fine. Family have spoken about it, but it's not really, because obviously family members are not professional counselors. They're just using their own experiences to counsel you. So this is the difference.
So on your part, I want to know what part you play to cancel this relationship. I mean, to bring the family together.
Well, I try to limit my time at work in order to spend time at home. In saying that, I didn't have time for her. I would go to work and come back. I'll be the one bathing my 2 girls, or washing them, put them to sleep. So I was a handsome father. So if I said I didn't have time, maybe time of like going out, cinemas and whatnot, that's the time that I didn't have. But in terms of the house things, I had time to do the house stuff.
Okay, so I will come back to that, because I mean, saying that, I've got something that I need to ask you, or what maybe I think you didn't also try as well. But do you think that all this impacted in your kids?
To be honest with you, I didn't feel the impact until we separated. And then when I had to come for the kids, because at that time they were like, oh, they start walking and whatnot. When I had to come for them, jeez. Coming for them wasn't a problem. Bringing them back, what, is you see the kids crying as if they were going to prison. Not the fact that the mom was harming them, it's the fact that we were a unit. All of a sudden, dad lives somewhere else, mom lives somewhere else. Why is it we're going to mom alone where dad is not going to be in the same house? So even the concierge will be like, why are the kids crying so much? What is it that the mom is doing to them at home that they're crying that they don't want to go back to the mom? But if an outsider think that maybe mom is harming them, but it wasn't the case. It was the case that dad was always at home, sitting down watching TV together. Right now, dad is coming, he's leaving us and going by his business. So this is the impact I had on the kids.
Okay, so did you, for once in your head, think about if there's a way you trying to solve these issues, but at least, talking to your wife, or I should say your ex-wife now, that me and you, let's go somewhere, sit down and talk about this. Did you even try? Well, or were you just busy working, as you said?
Well, that in itself, yes, I was. But then, after we have spoken to family members who cancelled us then, we will sit there, we talk about it, that this was happening, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. But then, like I said, she was much younger than me. So obviously, she had more time to deal with her friends more than I. I was at a different level as compared to her. So at times, if you marry a young person, be sure that the mother or the father is there to support or as a guidance to the younger part in the family. Otherwise, it's always gonna.
The younger from the mother from the woman's side, or
from each side, whether it's from the mom's side or the father, they have to support you. If they're not gonna support you, whereas if you're my father, I come and complain to you, obviously you're gonna feel like, why is my son being hurt in a relationship? Come out.
So if you have a chance now, would you go and amend it?
To say I'll go and amend it is yes and no.
Why yes and why no?
No, to the fact that how I was dealt with at that time. It happened when my father had passed away.
Okay.
And when my father passed away, it's like, where am I going? My sister can't go to Ghana. I'm the only one that can go to Ghana because my sister at the time didn't have no papers to go from the States to Ghana. And I was told, because we had our issues just in the same month that my father had passed away. I was told to just get out of the house.
Okay.
Another time I had given my flat to her uncle to stay in. Now where am I going? My place is the studio, whereas her uncle is staying in a studio with his wife. Where do you go? So I called a friend and said, oh, come and spend a week or two in my place until you go to Ghana to lay your old man to rest. Cold November month. A friend's house, the window is broken. and you're having to sleep there with your things all in black bags, it was chilling. And the fact that when I told her that my father had passed away, it was like talking to this room with no any living things in there.
Okay.
So it hurt me, the fact that at the time that I need someone support the most, this is what's happening to me. So this all makes me feel like, what if I go back now? If they can do that to me at that time, what changes anything? Them doing anything worse to me?
No, the question I asked is, if you have a chance to amend it, you said yes and you said no. So
This, the yes, the no means that this is what happened. The reason why I can't.
Okay. So what about the yes bit?
The yes, I would have gone back to the fact that the kids involved, the girls, or not for the fact that the girls, they need a father.
Oh, okay. So you would have gone back for the kids. What about yourself?
Myself, the reason I wouldn't have gone back because the mother or my ex-mother-in-law had a big influence in the relationship.
In your marriage.
So I had in my mind that so long as my in-law is there, the relationship is well. So long as my ex-wife is gonna listen to the in-law, the relationship is never gonna work.
Okay, what about her? So now you talk about the children, yourself. What about her? Would you not the in-law? Take the in-law out. It's your wife.
Yeah.
So if you said yes, what about her? What I mean, if you would have said yes to you and the kids, right? What about her? Would you have gone back for her?
Why I wouldn't go back for her because the mom has influence. If I go back, I'm still gonna be in the same situation. Nothing is gonna change.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. Did you for once even thought in your head that maybe because of the mother she needs help, your ex-wife needs help as well?
Oh yeah, I think things have happened in prior to what happened that she felt like, oh, we spoke about it, my uncle and the mom spoke about it, everything was cool. That I felt like maybe at that time she should have stood up for me and say, you know what, mom, this is my this is my relationship, this is my marriage, let me deal with it. But that wasn't there.
Well, okay, so but like what you're saying, I understand you clearly. Everyone watching me now, please share this program, this video, because it's very important. We want to know exactly what goes on in our heads, not just the women, our heads before, because we always saying that man is the head of the family, and if I'm the head of the family and my head is not right, it's not helping. So I just want to know, would you, like, for once in your head, thought about, think about her mother standing out there and it's just the two of you?
Oh, that would have worked. That would have been okay. But the fact that it wasn't happening in the sense that she's that close to her mother. Anything, her mom. Like, she's in her mom's house when I come from work. I need to pick her up from her mom's house to go into our own place. So everyone was her mother, her mother, her mother. Fair enough, I didn't have a mother at the time when I got married. My mom passed away when I was 9.5 years old. So anyone therefore that came into my life, I embraced them as my mom.
Okay.
So my ideology of getting married was like, my father went through 4 women to have kids with him. I didn't want that because I saw the impact they had on us. So I always said that whoever has my first child as my wife, that's the one that's going to have all my kids. So I was blessed enough to have 2 with her. God knows how many I would have had if we were still together. It never happened because I thought, because her mom was involved, her father was awesome. But when a woman has an influence on a man, more so than a man having an influence on him, it plays a big part in every relationship. So
thank you very much. Don't forget to share this video. It's very important for us. Tell me, so how did you feel about the time that all this thing was going on? How did you feel?
Oh, was it after the breakup or during the time of that everything was?
During the
I didn't feel to come home at all. I'd rather spend more time in my part-time job, which was a bit more socializing, than to be at home.
So you were running
away
from the situation,
because I feel like if I come home, no communication, my kids are not old enough for me to sit there and talk to them, for them to answer me back. The only person I could talk to was my wife then. So I can't even sit in the same room to watch TV. What's the point of coming home? The best time spent is with my friends, have joke when I feel to sleep. I tell her I'm coming home at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock.
Okay, and what did she say when you come back home at 4 o'clock?
Because we weren't talking, there's not much she can say to me, there's not much I can say to her. When we chose to live like roommates.
Did you feel like you disappointed yourself?
Not so much myself, I felt like I've disappointed my kids. The reason why I feel I've disappointed my kids is like, I've never wanted this situation whereas my kids live in an environment where I have father present every single time. That's how I felt. Me, I'm a survivor. The kids don't know any better than I do. So that's how I felt I disappointed my kids, not myself. Because I know better.
What about her?
Well, I think a year or after I went to lay my old man to rest, which was in November I went, 2010. Came back, I think, in the summertime. She called me to say, for the sake of my older daughter, which was constantly asking of me, why shouldn't I come back?
Do you think it was the kid asking or is her
Whether
asking?
it was her or the kid, until I see my kids down and ask them, I will not be able to answer that question. But then I thought, did you think about these two kids before you decided to let me out in a situation where I needed help the most? You didn't think about them. Why is it now that you're thinking about them? Because I thought, if you thought about them now, there is a situation where you can't deal with it yourself. This is why you're calling me back into the relationship. But then it seems like I'm not just in a relationship with you alone. I'm in a relationship with you plus your mother, who has a big influence on you, which is not going to work for the relationship. This is the reason why I didn't go back.
Did you for once think about it? Maybe she's got a change of mind, or she's regretted what she did to you, or what's happening in the situation?
It says one bitten, twice shy. I was bitten at the time that, how do I put it? I was bitten at the time that I was down. Imagine being kicked once you're down. When you get out, what are you going to do? Are you going to fall back into the same situation? No. If I know this is hot, heater here, and I touch it and it burns me, would I ever go back and touch it? No, I wouldn't. That's how I felt. I felt like I've been wounded, and a wound that's never going to heal, or will not heal if I go back. So I need to sit back, find myself, and feel, do I really need to go back? But no, never felt once that I felt to go back.
Okay, that's it's very, very deep. But was this the first incident, or it had been, you've been chucked away before, or?
No, I haven't been chucked away, but something has been said in the past concerning, I think 6 months into the marriage, something happened. And mother-in-law said, I'll say in my dialect, I'll say in English as well, said, Ebeya, if I already didn't see her.
That's what the
mother-in-law said.
your mother-in-law.
That's in presence of my uncle, in presence, yeah, I was in presence of my uncle. And I'll say in English, said, if it be, why don't you end the relationship now? This was 6 months into the marriage. So if something is being said at the beginning of the relationship, to me, I can put my hands on my chest that if my ex-wife had a mind of her own, we would still be in this relationship.
So well, that's what I'm trying to get. I mean, since I've been asking all these questions, that did you for once think in your head that, I mean, she was dictated to say or to do whatever she was doing without her mind. So maybe when she called you when you came back from Ghana to say, oh, for the sake of the children, that's what I want to know, if you considered anything there. Although she has hurt you so much and there's nothing you could have done.
At that time, to be honest with you, like I said, it was like a wound that was never going to heal. I was so wounded that I felt scared going back. What would then happen again? How would I cope? Because, to be honest with you, Dimpa, I felt sleepless night was, how do I call it? I felt suicidal. To the degree that I bought a ticket in June 2011 just go to my sister, go to America for a month, see if I can live in America and just totally forget about everything.
Wow.
I went there, I was there and I saw a situation that said, no, the devil you know is better than the angel you've never met. So let me go back to England and live. When I came back here, the situation even worsened. Because imagine, as a man who is family orientated, who is a handsome father, all of a sudden your kids are not there no more to put back, and you're in a studio flat all by yourself. So I felt suicidal to the degree that my uncle came there one day, knocked my door so many times. I refused to open him because I didn't want to hear anybody, I didn't want to listen to nobody. My uncle is the one that brought me to this country. You know what he said to me? Kwame, I did not bring you to this country for you to disgrace me. I sent a message to my uncle that he's done enough for me. Now I can't do anything anymore and I'm helpless. I cried. That day I cried so long that so much I didn't want nobody to. So my uncle then phoned my sister when I let him in. Phoned my sister and said, "Sis, this is what your brother needs to do. He wants to end his life."
Wow.
So my sister said, "Kwame, it's only two of us. How can you do this to me?" Then I called my sister, if I ever mention the word suicidal to you again, that if it is I'm failing, then it's gonna happen. Ever since, I've been through a lot. I thought one stage I'll go to work. I used to do agencies because I'm a pharmaceutical technician. I used to go agencies as far as Manchester, Birmingham, you name it. I'm at the train station. See the train coming. I feel like why don't you just go, show yourself, and then leave the tracks and just end it.
Wow. And this is one thing that most men face because most men don't talk about.
We bottle things in.
We bottle the thing because the suicidal rate of men, right, is getting so high and high that every day, especially if you hear the news, right, that you hear a lot of this type of thing, but there's a lot of people also killing themselves. And sometimes you don't even understand because they don't tell people about what's going on in their house.
Alright, be honest with you. When I've
heard so much, especially prior to this interview here and the one I did before, right? I got calls the following day that most people, right? Because we don't talk, and how are we gonna get them? So everyone that if you're listening to us, the number again you can call our helpline is 07944 346028, and that's our helpline. You can also contact us at theimpulselodge@gmail.com. We could help you, especially if you're going through these issues with divorce, the separation. People, not just separation. Some people even live in their homes and they're still going on with this fights and all the pretending to people that they are happy, but they're not. So many things happening to us, and it's happening in our homes, and it's affecting the children, and it's affecting the mothers, it's affecting everyone in the house. Sometimes we don't even talk. Please share this video to everyone that's watching this. They can contact us. The Best Lounge is open to everyone. You call us, i.e. your work, your marital, your children, the school, the issues going on in your house. We hear a lot, and we would like everyone to share this video so their friends and family can also hear about this. Kwame, tell me about this suicidal thing that we hear a lot. I just want you to tell everyone that's watching us what goes on in our heads for you to even get there, to even think of going there.
The main reason why we have this thought is the fact that you're talking to yourself and advising yourself at the same time, because you're not sharing your problem for somebody else then to talk to you. If I was sharing my problem with you at the time, maybe you've experienced it, you could talk me out of it.
Yeah.
But because men, we're not talking when we're in problem. Women are talking, this is why they tend to survive when separation comes.
Yeah.
At times, you, as a man, you pick up a phone to call your wife for the sake of the kiss, and she's so bubbly, so happy, thinking, hold on a minute. Why is it so that we've both separated, I'm feeling this way, and she's happy going on? Why? Because she's got friends around there, they talk, and they fuse the things out. But as men, we bottle it. So if I'm giving advice to myself, at the same time, the issue is with me, I'm having negative and positive coming. The easiest way out is to find the negative and out.
Do you think our ego plays a big game in there as well?
Ego plays it plays a part, not like the main part. It plays a part in the sense that If I came and told you my problem, and God forbid you don't tend to hold your mouth or guide your mouth and tell somebody else. I said, man, when I hear it, I feel as a head of the house, I couldn't deal with my problem.
Okay, it's good you mentioned that because that's one most important thing that's killing us. Why do we care so much about what somebody else is going to say?
We live in a society that what goes out there, you see, bad news travels far and faster than good news.
Yeah.
So if you send a bad news out there about myself, it's only going to travel far. It's only going to travel fast. When I hear it, it will even shut me down more. This is why men don't talk about things. But if he went and said something good about me, when I hear it, it will lift my spirit.
But the question is, why do we care about what somebody else is going to say? Because that person is not saving you.
We care because we're human beings, we have feelings.
And
if I hear something is bad about me, which is not true, or even if it's true, I don't want nobody else to hear it, I feel bad about it. The fact that I told you, it's meant to be between me and you. Why is the next person hearing it?
I had an issue with, someone called me and spoke to me about his issues. And I had to sit down. I invited the person to come in. We sat down, we talked about, and then he said to me, I don't want to hear from anybody. I said, I'm not going to tell anyone your issues. But you could tell that young man was still scared about anybody else getting to know exactly what goes in their head.
The reason could be that he's had that happen to him before, where he confided in somebody and that he felt the person will never say anything, it came out. So once you've had that before, you feel difficult to actually do it again to the next guy.
So, you know, when I asked you about ego, you said it plays a bit. You didn't say full. Did you get any counseling? Did you go for any counseling?
Before, after the breakup?
Yeah.
No.
Did you see any doctor?
Oh, I did actually. When it came to a point where I couldn't sleep, the time that I meant to actually go to work is the time that I'm feeling sleep because I haven't slept overnight. I was in the medical field as a pharmacy technician. When I went to see a doctor who I know very well, what they prescribed me, I thank God that I've got a knowledge of medicines. Otherwise, geez, without that tablet, I won't be able to sleep. The man prescribed me amitriptyline.
And what does it do?
This amitriptyline is used for like antidepressant. It could be used for mad people too, to calm them down, to relax the muscles. And I sat down.
I hope everyone is listening to this.
I sat down and read all the side effects to it. And I said to myself, God, I'm not going to do this to myself. Why should I do this to myself? I'll fight it till I can't. I kept the medicine for a good whole 2-3 years without even taking a pill out of it. And I thank God I never did, because had I taken it, it would feel like without that tablet there, I won't be happy, I won't be myself. So you depend on that tablet from onset. Once you start taking it, it becomes part of you. You understand? Some of these doctors, because you send your problem to them, they want to give you something to comfort you. You understand me?
Yeah.
The doctor could have said to me, go and do the things you do that makes you happy the most. If it's gym that you go to, go there a lot. It will take a lot of stress. But then, because there's so many patients on them, they want to give you something to just fob you off, to make you happy. And this is what the doctor I felt my doctor did to me.
Wow. So, you didn't, when you went to the doctor, you said the doctor you know, you didn't go to your GP.
He's my GP, but I know him personally because where I work, say this is the chemist, this is the surgery. So he used to come in.
Were you offered counseling as well?
No, I wasn't offered counseling, no.
No therapy as well?
No therapy, no.
And you didn't do any of this?
No.
Why?
Why? Because I wasn't so much aware of this, of the therapists around me at the time. And also when I went to my doctor, there was no offer concerning that.
Did you ask?
No, I didn't ask. If you don't know something, how can you ask? I didn't know whether it was available, so I didn't ask.
Okay, good. But if you're watching this, well, please share this video. It's very important to us. We want everyone just to reach out to a lot of people, because with the medicine that he just said that it's been prescribed to him, right? It's been something that's going on. When you go to the GPs, right, they quickly will give you something because they want you to go out of it. My issue when it happened, right, I had to ask for counseling. And when I went for the counseling, it was me counseling that person sitting down there because the person, all they want is just check the time, what time you in, what time you out, and you just go on. But in the end, that's what I'm saying. That I asked for it because even if I didn't know about it, I had to read about it. Most men, not everyone is got. When you're going into all these situations now,
at least you want to think about it, pick up a book and read.
And the least you also want to have to do is to keep it to yourself, because you know what? Always you have to speak to someone. But when you said, that's why I came back to the same question again. Why do we care so much about what somebody else is saying? Because the person that we're saying all bad news about you, you don't even know what goes on in their head. And because you want them to know, because you want to, take the trash out from your brain, you just gave it to somebody else who was going. Listen, I always have this issue with a lot of people, and I say to them, say it, regardless of what everyone is going to say. Whether they say good or bad, right? You are you.
The finish, we're individuals. How you deal with a situation, it's only how deal with it, it's only how the next man is to deal with it. This is why obviously we are on this program. To actually share our points of views and see which one benefits us, that as men we can stick to it. Obviously you sharing yours, you went through a different channel to what I went through because we're two different people.
Yeah, I understand that. But you went to you went to a doctor.
Yeah, I went to a doctor as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you? How long did I take you before you met this your lovely lady that you were talking to the other?
Oh, long time. To be honest with you, as a man, when you go through it, you think every woman is going to do exactly the same thing to you. So if you're not careful, you lack respect for women. I was there saying, why should I need to entertain one woman alone when there's so many around that I can have? I'm out today, yeah today, create the next day. But when you're not that person, and trying to be that person too is very difficult. I wish I was that. I used to say to my friends, I wish I was a player at the time, because then I wouldn't think about what's happened to me.
So you became a player after?
No.
Oh, okay.
I said to people that I wish I was a player.
Yeah.
Because I had so many female friends around, but I wish I was a player. I could play every single one of them about. But when you're not that person inclined, very difficult for you to be in that situation and wanting to be the next person. You can't. But at that, when I was in that situation, I wish I was. Then maybe I felt I could have played one or two and get rid of my problem. But maybe had I played them, the problem would still be there. So thank God I wasn't such a person. It took me only up until, don't get me wrong, I had dates and whatnot, but it took me up until three years ago for me to meet somebody that I felt she is the one.
Wow, 3 good years.
Only 3 years ago.
Oh, that's good. Oh, okay, you're doing well. So how do you feel now?
I couldn't be in any happier, I couldn't find myself. See, that what we tend to do is, if you don't find happiness in yourself, right? It's pointless going into a relationship. Why? Because you're not happy in yourself. You think that the person is going to make you happy? No. If they are going to make you happy, you're only going to be a spare of a moment. If they make me happy in 20 minutes, 24 hours in a day, how about the rest of them? I have to deal with it. So I found happiness, inner peace within myself before I decided to move on.
That's good. That's very good point. So yeah, if you know anyone going through the same situation now,
yeah,
what advice can you give them?
Well, if you could go back, yes, like if I could have gone back to amend it, always do if you can. If try to go back. But what I said to you, especially men out there and women as well, don't stay in a relationship for the sake of, they say the sake of the kids. It's a wrong statement. I'm saying this here out loud. Wrong statement for especially Africans to give it to somebody. If I'm not happy in a relationship and I've got kids involved, what makes you think the kids are going to grow up in a bad environment? If we can separate and I'm happy, the kids are happy when they come to me, they're happy when they're with their mother, why not that? Why should we stay and be in an unhappy environment with the kids involved? No. If If it brings separation and you're happy, I'm happy, the kids are happy when we visit each other, why not that?
So the question I asked, and with the answer you're giving me is, when there's two couples going on, have issues with themselves now, they should go their separate ways, or
right?
should...
I'm saying that
that's what I want
if
to know.
it's not working, and people are saying for the sake of the kids, and you're not happy, A is not happy, B is not happy, what's the point of being together? Because the kids are going to have effects.
So now you're talking from a different place now.
Yes.
Okay. No, we'll come back to that. Have you dealt with your divorce? Have you dealt with it?
In terms of, I mean, dealt with it. Am I totally over it?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Are you sure?
Definitely.
Have you spoken to anybody about it?
I've had that question been asked so many times.
And how often do you answer? How often does that come? And how do you feel after when someone asks you? Because from what you are saying to me now, right? As much as you're giving me that, that picture of dealt with, right? I am thinking there's somewhere in your mind that you've not dealt with it. But I'm not saying you want to go back to it. No.
You will feel that in a sense that, like at the beginning of it, I said to you that I'm somebody that did not want to repeat what my father did, which you have kids here, there, and everywhere. My father had 5 kids, 4 different women. This is what I feel like I have failed in what I promised myself not to do, which was to have 2 different women having my kids.
So you still are not 100%.
I'm over it. Like I said, the reason why all this how the feelings and emotions are coming about is why I failed to do what I promised myself to do, which is not go the same path as my father did. I don't know. I'm happy. I sleep better. I'm happy in my relationship. I'm happy with everything that's around me right now. So
that's what I ask you again. If you have any advice for a young man or somebody's married and they have issues with their...
This is what I say. If you can iron it out with the help of counseling, with the help of family members, do so. If, say, I had an issue, I come to you as a counselor, you counselled me, I go to my family member, they counsel me, and I come, me and my partner are there together. If the same things keep on coming, that means it's not for you to be in it. Because if I had counselling, if our family members being involved, if it's not working, why stay in it? But what I'm saying to you is, if ever it happens where you get divorced, until you jump into a next relationship, find yourself first. Find where you went wrong. Find where Ya or Fia or whoever went wrong that you could have forgiven.
Yeah. What about you?
With me. That's what I said. You, as a person, you need to find your fault. I just told you where I went wrong in the relationship. So until you find that, it's pointless getting into a relationship. Because what happened to Amma is going to happen to a Kriya, it's going to happen to a Fia, it's going to happen. So find yourself, your inner peace, your inner happiness before you move into the next one.
Okay, thank you very much. But the little I can also add to it is, with some of the young people, old people, whoever is at least I would say matured in marriage, right? Think when you're out there, right? It is doom and glory. So most people, it's not about their stepmother or not as their mother-in-law or their father-in-law or anybody else giving them, because the picture they see out there with people, they always think that it's always nice out there. Because that advice. What advice would you give somebody that thinks when you're out there the picture is so clean?
Right. Advice I give is when you see couples say out in the street, lovey-dovey, cuddling each other, they're doing it because they don't want people to have an idea that there's something going on wrong in the relationship. They will dramatize it outside there. When they go back to their houses, me and you, we are not there to see what goes on. So most cases, the breakup of relationship is not what people see outside there. So don't think when you see a couple there, everything is like rosy. When they go back home, then that's what we all pick faults. You see the faults coming from one another. So don't think, young guys growing up, when you are going to get married, you need to study the person, know their faults, know their flaws, know yours. And if the pair of you accept that this is what Akuya is, this is what Kamda is, I'm going to accept them that way, then don't get married.
Okay. So what if someone is they're in marriage already and there's all issues going on?
Well, you need to seek counseling and learn to think that you are not perfect. Therefore, you can't expect the next person to be perfect. And also having in mind that even I'm talking, my tongue and my teeth are playing, they're fighting each other every day. But yes, still they're together. Yeah. So once you can accept that, no matter what, there's going to be flaws from you, from her, then it's not going to work.
That's good. That's what I want to hear. Well, for everyone that's watching us this afternoon, this is the Best Lounge. We're here to talk to people. We're here to listen to people. As we both said that when men don't talk. So at least for once, I've known Kwame Lover for all this time and I've never listened to him, but I have to listen now because of what I've learned from the Best Lounge. Now, we want to hear from you as well. If you want to talk to us, if you want to come and sit on the hot seat that he's sitting on, we could come on. If you want to sit with us and get a proper deal with your issue that you're going through, also, we can also do that for you. Because what tends to happen is, most times when we see, like you said, you see them out there smiling all the time, but when they get in there, they are fighting. And you see some people also, when they are home, right, they're always happy and stuff, but when they come out there, they are fighting because of what they see with people, friends pretending to themselves. We have to be clear with you. If you have any issues of that going on in your home, don't just see the good ones. Also see the bad ones about who is getting married and then they are happy, and then also see somebody also who is divorced and what they are going through, and then compare the two. Is it worth me going into marriage, or is it worth me divorcing? Because sometimes it's not just the two of us, it's not just me, it's the other person as well. Or we have to listen to ourselves, especially the mothers. We expect you to give us the flow as the men to talk. Men want to talk, but only when you're ready to listen. Our brother here has got a lot more to say about, what he went through. But when he came here, I have to mellow it down because we don't want to come on air and say all this. There's a lot that's going on in people's house. We've got tons of cases that in front of us that we solve all the time. Yours won't be any different. Yours won't be anything that we're going to sit out there or go out there and talk about it. Call us on 07944 806519 or 07944 346028, or also you can email us. If you don't want to talk, you can also write to us at thebestlaunch@gmail.com. We're here and we'll talk to you. Today's program has been a program that we've been planning to get more men out to come here and sit on the same table and then talk. Yours won't be the same as I said before. Yours will be different as I said earlier on. The Best Lounge is here. I am Odino Kwabena Eje Bedu. Call me anytime and I'll be at your service. Thank you for listening.